All right, we got Toronto Koi versus the Miami Heretics.
When it comes to playing on exposure, you see it there.
Both these teams can make a run, in my opinion. It's gonna be close, depending on what Miami team get. Miami's hot and cold. Some days they're super good, some days they're getting smoked.
That's going to be pretty much a square up. Not a lot of results for either of the two teams there before we head back to exposure again for map number 3, where, of course, most recently, I think we all remember Super was able to come up clutch versus Vancouver on that map mode combination. But get the blood flowing. We got Miami Heretics.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Let's get it on.
And it's
exposure overload.
The fundamentals. Both teams need to have that in the back of their mind. Beat you to the punch. We're going to set up.
Real versus old team.
But already into the mix here at P1. Metals finds the first kill. Needed team want to hop into the objective until they had the map control. But Miami said, screw it, we're in.
Yep, Miami have been great in hardpoint as of recently. 3-1 in January. They have looked really clean on the mode and already getting a lot of space here to soak up some significant time over P1. Ranker goes unexpected.
Ooh,
that's good for 2. Toronto now gets spawned all the way out.
Yeah, reigning rookie of the year.
And he cut his hair. Yeah, he's ready to hoop.
Lines up a double in close battle. With that AR in hand, and allows the rest of his teammates to just keep on soaking up this P1 time. But now they are going to be late off the rotation over towards new. Players in the positions like inside looking for a key one-on-one while you're getting overwhelmed with pressure if you are super through the bottom window. He gets one, but now it's a battle off the next.
Yeah, Rancor's already found first blood over the top of the time. Medals for this trade, and that will be enough for Miami to keep Toronto blanked. Not a single point yet. 30 plays up against nothing. Toronto already getting pushed back with a Semtex that connects. Kleenex looking for some action over the middle of the map. Trakes with the response, and this has been
Toronto, you gotta touch the point to win the game, buddy.
So you're allowing Miami to set up off the rotation, and this is what it looks like. A team that's basically unbreakable. Everyone whipping out an extra AR at times, watching it crosses on lanes, but this is when Koi can take advantage. No trophy systems in place, stuns and nades lead to the openings, and the break is in.
Okay, first moment of life here for Toronto on that break attempt. They have not been good at breaking in hardpoint, especially in the month of January. So you'd like to see this map. 12 seconds of scrap time. Toronto finding the exit kills on this next wave, and they'll have a chance to set themselves up for early time in 3.
This is perfectly played so far from Koi. Slaying your way at that old HP, now hitting the rotation through the middle of the map, not allowing anyone to slip by enemy lines. And now you win the rotation over towards that next HP. You just don't have the numbers that you realistically would want, but you're still lighting up the kill feed. You have the numbers now.
Yeah, Koi seem to know that Metals is also behind enemy lines, and they find him quickly. Perfect response here for Toronto. They're going to absolutely reassess
take this lead now.
How things are moving and blank Miami in the response here. Now they've got the lead.
Yeah, and this is what Miami have to work on in their HP. It's just setting up these breaks. They are the worst team in the league right now when they're not initially set up in towards the HP. You're going one by one, consistently getting picked off inside on 4 in a row. Now you got trophy systems to keep you alive. This should be a flawless hold from Koi, and you're earning some of your insight.
Looking good.
Wipe them.
Cleans up the last Heretics member. Trakes is going to try to push forward to give this one more exit hit. Try to finesse as much as he possibly can to try to set up a rotation win here for Miami. But Joe has got
to go for Nets, man.
And he's got help with him.
It's gonna be a tough break.
Join him. And so yeah, you may have the rotation for now for Miami, but
Joe's getting through though. He gets the win.
Wins the first inside the hill.
They lose the first one in towards the HP, but Trakes through mid connector is keeping the numbers all
use that heady.
So
Okay.
Everybody focus on your angle, and Trakes is able to find 4 through the middle of the map to alleviate the pressure. Now you just set up for this next push from Koi. Everyone attacking through low dirt, but they're looking for an opening top mid.
Trades come out. Numbers still good for Miami, especially with the spawn still favoring them behind the hill. Real creates space to the front door. Metals gonna try to push him out, feeling good about the damage that he was able to put in, and does get himself his 4th elimination. Now Toronto, with only 27 seconds, are being bullied away from the hard point, and it's been this back and forth kind of handshake. 45 seconds here for one team, 45 seconds there for another.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it was a flawless P3 from Koi to give them the lead, and now a flawless P4 in response for Miami. So they can have the lead going over towards new. It's still going to be a battle for this final 10 seconds.
They still get it.
Koi, but you're not willing to give it up if you are Metals. And now it's off the rotation. The only player in a position for Koi is going to be Joe DeCease, but he's just trying to clear out a lane, knowing his teammates are spawning over towards Ring. Before the action goes down, then he's going to strike.
And Super's just going to hard scope the angle. As Rancor cleans up mid, he is off to the races, 14-6. Shut down by Kleenex. Nice snap from Super, but can't find the win. Now Toronto with the numbers, try to break over the top of the hill, and they will be successful in that endeavor. Trait's last one left alive for the Heretics, just trying to control mid.
Yeah, you just need some mid control if you are Koi, trying to hold out to this HP, and that's a big trade there from Insight. Now you got to put some focus on him if you are the Heretics, but screw him. Let's just attack the guy on the HP. That's 2 dead in favor of Metals. You have full control of the hard point, and Super and Metals are combining for kills all low side dirt. So Miami are keeping the lead on their side.
Yeah, even they get the elimination up top. So Toronto, with only 15 seconds left, are a bit split. And Kleenex is read perfectly by Super, who can now take the mantle right back up to top mid. You've got Traix watching the pinch, and Toronto, they're just trying to flood their way forward, and they may have caught Super, but he finds himself some separation to at least guarantee one.
Now we're hitting the reset button. Metals has a Hellstorm in his back pocket. 5 in a row, 1:20 in the HP. But now back over towards P1, where we're just looking for a wave of kills before we think about the objective. Kleenex is able to locate 3. Koi have everyone off respawn. They got the time.
Been very, very back and forth. Miami outside of the time.
First set done.
Working on a route as we jump over and take a listen in with the Heretics comms.
Vámonos, vámonos. Cállate la boca. Mi cumpleaños. Te habla. Te habla español. ¿Y tú? Estudias. El toro. El pollo. La familia. I'm running out of words to say. I say, no, he's in. Oh my god, the reverse. What the fuck? 4-wipe. Nah, they reverse it. Reversing fucking host rooms. Puto. El gato. I ain't cool with this deep route.
Well, you saw the setup and you hear the deflation. Miami trying to secure P2 by Hellstorm, but Toronto with the perfect response.
Yeah, they thought that they had it locked in. You got a guy early off the rotation. Hellstorm is in the back pocket. You get early comes in a 3-2 connector, and you use the Hellstorm, but you get nothing done because Real with a dirty pinch lines up 2, and then Insight with the counter. Hellstorm to keep Toronto in the driver's seat, and now they're looking to have the same exact response here to blow the game wide open. Uncontested for the first 25. Miami still trying to break to the front.
Oh, but Insight's committed here down low. Has to swap to the pistol. He gets figured out. Rancor on the pinch. Numbers now for Miami trying to break their way on through. But Real, 6 in a row for him. Has both weapons to play with. Eyes up towards the back doors, and he's got help coming through. Window, 7 for Real. And he's going to take down his former teammates.
Oh my god.
Toronto off to the races.
And now Miami are looking for the response again.
It's that Neptune shit all over again, it looked like.
But now you don't have the numbers. Thankfully, Super starts off with the initial gunfight. It's going to fall into the hands of Traix, who's surrounded by the rest of Core.
I don't know what Joe's doing, bro. I thought you heard him. At least seen him.
Able to get the win versus Super. How long can he finesse for? Rancor matches him, bests him. Miami will lock down spawns, but you have to have urgency in the hill itself. And look at the streaks that Toronto are working with. They're still inside, although Insight will drop Joe DeCease. The next one up will find 2, and that'll get Toronto over 200 points. And it's a 2v2 in the HP, and Joe DeCease is still alive and
How? No, Kleenex, you gotta do that.
Comes to life for a double. Miami secure the spawns, potentially for the final 30 seconds, but we gotta start thinking about that new HP. You're down 60. Koi aren't gonna be that aggressive. They should start thinking about that new HP. And with that kill going down, yeah, that's your last push. Miami get this time.
Okay, and they're gonna get an exit away from the hard point. Trying to cut it off will be Real at mid. Inside trying to find something down low. They're both gonna drop though. Miami's gonna get here first.
What the hell, Joe?
Outside the lines. Not able to fully get in, but at least confirms that
Gotta kill.
now Real's gonna respond with a Hellstorm.
But no one's in a position to get them off of this HP, even if you find a couple kills here. Spawns are so far away for Koi, but thankfully Real's able to find 3 and
got 4
the
dead.
last guy over towards ring. Miami now just need to flood their stuns and aids over the top. Try to get a break, but Koi hold it.
Yeah, you've got a fresh trophy system here. Surprisingly, that Hellstorm found a
Yo, these Hellstorm, bro.
call in one of his own. Hasn't hit anything as of yet. Here comes the call down. Metals for one, Super another. Hardpoint goes white. Red Core with a big win up top, and Miami will be able to get back into the hill.
Yeah, it's just all about that mid-map control. Get the guy off the HP, have the ARs holding down the lanes, but they instantly get picked off. So Koya looking for a quick break, right back in for this final 20. You just gotta check your corners, and you don't predict right. Drake signed up a double, leads to all 4 dead. Final 15 again to Miami, and we're going to the 3rd set now.
And you've got ARs up top right now for the Heretics, starting to get a little bit tense. Drake's on the corner, stunned. Oh, good discipline. Able to get
fire
for one. Real for the trade, back and forth we go. Rancor, maybe the difference maker. Opportunity here for Heretics to get onto the hill if they want to, but they're looking for the kills. And Rancor finds
Rancor shooting his fucking gun.
Someone hop in the HP, sit behind the blue barrel. All your angles are being covered. Koya trying to work their way through dirt. Real strikes first. You have pressure through top ring. So for now, you just got to get off the HP. Play the kills if you can, but now Joe deceives and Real strike for 2.
Drake's also drops top window. Rancor, can he show up when Miami needs him most? Up and over the top, able to find one. Response from Joe deceives. 223 plays 195. Shots from Metals are good. Hold on a second. You've got Drake's working on a bit of a route over through mid, but Toronto's in the hill, and they can't quite win here, but boy, they'll be darn close.
Yeah, Drake's knows that, so now you have to be aggressive through mid-cut. You cannot force your teammates to be in a man-down situation trying to get a break, but everything is being cut down. Kleenex lines up 3 in the feed. On 4 in a row, sets him free out for the trade, and they're early off the rotation, so Miami got to go, and they got to go fast.
And Insight's already in the hard point. Drake's trying to cut over through mid-steps, able to find some damage in. 247, 195. Miami need to touch, they need to contest. Drake's finally able to get over, but did he find it? He kills? No, he cannot, and it's Toronto who strikes.
Game time. Toronto. I was scared for a second at the start, bro.
4th game of hardpoint. But this is the difference for Miami. I know they are technically 3rd or 2nd best so far in the season in this mode. But when they don't have themselves in a position set up early at the next HP and they're relying on breaking, that is the struggle for them. You give Toronto Koi the chain reaction from the ending of the P2s to every single P3. That's 120 seconds uncontested at that hard point. And you made up for it the first go around at P4 with a flawless 60, but this time Koi had the numbers off the rotation. Didn't allow you to be fully set up and kept that P4 50-50.
Yeah, and it's a
31 for Rancor. Metals give you 27 with fucking a minute and a half on time. That's all you need, man. 32 for Real. He showed up. Joe showed up. I don't know about this duo right here. They did decent, man. They 2 minutes on time, minute on time, bro.
It's another one of those stat lines that really does kind of influence the result overall.
Toronto get the win, man. Miami, super. You know he's going to go negative in hardpoint. For the most part, bro. The only time he really goes positive is when Rancor doesn't show up. He'll just step up. Hey, bro, Trace is here.
And like you said, with that Hellstorm, it truly was a turning point.
All right. See you at the S&D. All right, let's get it. Raid.
Both teams. And on a Mac Black raid, they both need to have their impact be felt. Here we go into round 1.
Oh, we got a really unique look here for Toronto, just diving in through Zig and into rocks. Real's going to get forward. Miami taking away space over towards poolside, and you also see Rancor taking shots. He's got to read that this is a play through middle, and Miami will try to convert onto that. Good response from Joe. Smokes himself to safety, and Insight can provide coverage.
And you got info now on both players. On the side of Miami with Insight wrapping back to keep his teammate alive, so Joe's not going to waste any time. Get the objective planted, and most likely plus out towards Laundry.
Looks like that's going to be the case. Super and Rancor opting to play this together. Rancor will have the first look. Did he see the slide across? Sure seems that way. Insight now confirms that. A couple of tags come through. You can't drop here for your Insight. He at least is able to stay alive, but look at the space that Super's taken.
Time is still ticking, though. So inside, all you're looking for is information. Now you spot both. Joe DeCeves is going to turn around and make sure he tries to assist his teammate. But with only 15 seconds, you got to get on the defuse.
Yeah, and Joe just playing the clutch up spot. Yep, able to find the train.
Aggressive the 2v. Have any?
I will say Miami, decent response to it. They get a read on it, take away a couple of angles, but obviously evenly exchanged. Now we go into Miami's first offer for their attack. Insight just holding a tight corner to see if anyone crosses through rocks, and he may have seen a little bit. Yeah, sure seems that way, but Joe falls on the island.
Gets Joe.
That is not good news for Toronto as Miami have full map control.
They're not going to play off of Joe DeCeves' contact. No, we're all stacked over towards the A side still, but Metals is in a position to keep the numbers on the side of Miami 4v2.
Yeah, and Metals just locks
We
up
have a
laundry.
game.
So deadly, losing that kind of island player. Kleenex now stuck with just a pistol, nowhere to go. And honestly, that is just the extremity battle won by Miami. Full flood to the other side. You get Metals up close and personal, and he doesn't lose a battle.
Yeah, and that's just one of those situations where you got to use that information gained very quickly and still try to put yourself in a position where you can clutch on up. Because French core is all the way across the map. If they're working this bomb plan at A, and you stand a chance in a 3v3 scenario, it's just once that kill goes down, they were thinking, we can push through this side of the map. That play has to be on the opposite side. But Metals was just in the position at bottom window to turn it into a 4v2, and you don't stand a chance there. So quick round for Miami to tie the game.
Yeah, and that's Inside getting pushed off that angle along its close staircase as well. Can't stop that window push. Toronto, next offense, looking more traditional, but super off angle outside of laundry, takes down Kleenex at Art. Bomb collected, but an early first blood for Miami in the 4v3.
And not Koi, they don't really have a decision to make here.
And first
How much
bloods.
time do you want to waste to work your bay back over towards ring, or we're just going to walk into a blind spot at that B site? 30 seconds already gone away. And a lot of angles here for Super. Gets the information.
Oh my god.
Looking for the A's, just going to get out of dodge. And it's a 1v4 for Joe.
Nowhere to go.
Hey,
Jesus. Super.
Say that again.
Just like when those first bloods go down in the first 5 to 10 seconds, you saw instantly what had happens to Koi. It's just like we're forced to play in our spawn. Yep. We didn't take any space over towards B, so we don't want to potentially get caught in that position. So you go through the middle of the map, but the repositioning there from Super, so impactful with the sniper. Takes the round into his own hands, and Miami now have the lead.
So tough in these early rounds when scopes are up like that. And especially when you drop to Super's opening first blood, you can't go ring anymore. You've got to force something, and Super just happens to be in the perfect spot. So
Swiping the screen and
first
shit.
blood battle has been dominated so far by Miami.
Got Dustin.
3 to their name. Next offense over towards Pool. Different setup here for Toronto. They've got a 2-2 split plus an aggressor in Real up the middle of the map. Super not going to connect over towards Tiki. Metals has committed forward though, so if you're Miami, you got to make a decision. Are we actually going for this, or are we trying to hold off and read how the defense is going to respond?
They know that there's at least 2 on the backside of Tiki, and with all that pressure, most likely call-outs are coming in. So you're prepared for the pinch. You find the first blood onto Real. Now in the man advantage, want to take your time before you start thinking about this play call, but Drake's just going to take the pressure to him, catch this guy right around the corner, 4v2.
Yeah, nowhere to go here. You even got the bomb carrier Metals, making sure that the pinch stays safe, or is it?
Okay. I'm about to say, bro.
Ooh, just able
Those
to
numbers away
salvage
is
the
crazy.
fight. Now it is it to Joe, 1v2. Tries to keep himself alive by way of smoke. Super surely has found himself a weapon, and that's exactly the case. Picks up a stray AR, and that's, I think, 3 in the round for Super, and he's still building on streaks here.
Yeah, he's frying right now. Doesn't get anything done with the sniper on that round, but it was a Jagger. Pick up an M15 to close it out. And just the patience right there out of Miami.
5-1, this is what Super does.
On the backside of Tiki, knowing that they're most likely to give a communication to plays on this side, so they're prepared for the pinch. And when you find that first kill, Koi trying to make up for it, just get caught by Drakes. And just not allowing Joe DeCeves to have 2 one-on-one gunfights in that 2v1. 3 rounds in a row for Miami.
We need something here for Toronto.
Really?
Blood engagements have not looked good for them.
Yeah, you need numbers.
The initial hit in their opening
That's a
round
fact.
was immediately responded to. And this time it's a 2-2 split feel out. Lots of nades from Toronto being thrown over towards Laundry, though, has Miami interested defensively. But the big news is Drake's so bold is already pushed up through Pool, so you can afford to have this stack up if you're Miami.
Yeah, no stunts and nades connected on the Drake, so he's like, don't worry about it, guys. Just stack over towards that A side. I got B. The bomb is getting planted, and
Super's
Koi
watching
are
this.
looking for an opportunity to push out towards back laundry. And now you're not going to contest it anymore because that guy got a snipe.
Exactly. What does Trakes want to do with this route? Miami now working their way over towards laundry. Insight trying to watch it. Able to hit the first shot. Off the reset. He gets himself a second. Now you need Trakes to show up.
That's fucking disgusting.
Look at. Super able to connect with one of his own, though.
Got him back here.
Super, but he's out of there. Meanwhile, Trakes has won a gunfight over towards Rocks. Gets a little bit of a read on one more towards Van. Off the reset. Has to force the gunfight. Real low. Pistol underneath the Van works out.
Got it.
But time is an issue. You gotta go. Insight for the 1v2. Has to try to stop this, but Trakes finds the kill.
That dude's fucking hooping. He a rookie?
No time for the defuse. Toronto get their second.
No.
Jamie Insight just
That was
calls
crazy.
game on that round. A very aggressive angle with the snipe in through
It wasn't in
top
time?
crouching in the
Fuck.
window for the first kill.
I thought he got it, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Second one even
I definitely
better.
thought he got it.
But they're just using the clock.
Thought they
That's
timed
his
it right.
best friend. Just needs one kill. And
Oh, he killed him off bomb. I didn't even know he killed him off bomb. I thought Trick took the. Okay.
Clutches up the round there for
That was clutch.
Toronto.
If only just barely. But here are the two shots from inside.
That boy Renko ran into
Cleaning
it.
out this retake through laundry.
Boom. Hit him in the arm.
Insane.
I wonder if with Super hopping that defuse right there on 6 in a row, did he earn himself that Hellstorm? Because I probably chalk up that round if I'm really close. But you still have the advantage. Back on the offense. Trophy system down. Makes
Nope, he didn't get it.
Instant fight through mid.
Yeah. Through mid and down through water stairs for a quick approach on towards the B side, but Trakes gets a read that there is a defensive player playing up towards Tiki. That's Joe with the smoke down. And he's just gonna try to hop this nice pop-up, able to find clear.
Trace is
Still holding
hooping.
the angle. Joe trying to give it a bit of a workout, but Trakes wants blood and
Trake's doing what he wants.
4v1 situation now.
And he playing this bitch.
It's just down to insight.
And he has a sniper. Positioning already known.
Ah,
Finds the
shit.
kill onto Trakes.
Shut him down.
How many more bodies do you want to throw at this if you are Miami? 2 players on the bench here. Inside stands. No chance.
Oh, shit. He got
Still
one.
gets that shot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the sniper's a pretty good weapon, man.
Yeah, that'll make you think about it again.
Yeah.
Regardless of it, clean round. And a lot of it has just been, again, this aggression. This is what I was talking about. When Miami starts to feel like they are dominating and controlling map at their pace, they can start to really run at you.
And this is what we saw a lot of last season from Miami. Early into these rounds, fill out rounds. Once we start to get a read on them, then we are the aggressors. And right now the tempo, Koya just not able to keep up with it. Trakes is Mr. Tiki. Stop calling on that side of the round because he keeps on picking you apart.
Nah, real shit.
Now up by 2 is the
He
Heretics.
guaranteed for like 2 at that
Back
place.
on the defensive side, Koya found 2 successful rounds on the attack. No defense. They go right back to the ace trap.
Same look here for Miami with Super playing outside laundry to watch over towards Art. Smoke down. That's Miami's smoke, I believe. So you've got Toronto trying to navigate around this. Not sure where the contact's going to come through, but Trakes is found and dealt with. Super not able to supply any sort of a trade, and Toronto will back off and play the 4v3.
Yeah, they're thinking that Real got pretty far pushed up over towards this B site, so the rotation should be open.
Oh,
But Rencor potentially has a chance to break them. He's given the communication. You can hear it in the comms. The plays on this side of the map. He just has to choose which kill he wants.
Can he find the one planting? Sure can. Bomb down. Nice snap over to Real, who's low, but inside able to find another kill for Coy.
Hey.
There's no exit there for Rancor at all. So now it's on to Super. Decision to be made here with the scope in hand. And he's going to try to back away. Has insight close. So mercy. Okay, 1v2.
They didn't get bombed down. They didn't get bombed down. There you did. There you
He's
go.
not going to miss these shots. Now to 1v2, though. Coy get the bomb planted at B. Played the bedroom setup. M15 in the hand of Super. But 15 seconds are already gone away.
He's going to have to snap onto somebody right here.
Should have liked my chances with this guy.
You're throwing the
guy's pretty good with the
shoulders
snap.
in the world right now.
You don't got enough time, man.
And Super just has not found good timing. Maybe here. Oh. Real wants to give him a workout. Super wins the gunfight. Are you kidding? Won't be time to play
gonna
for the
take it.
views, but Super's 10-2 as Toronto get us back to within a one-round affair.
Yeah, Kleenex is trying to locate him, man. He doesn't want to have Super to have that sniper in hand anymore, but now Super is on 5 in a row. Kills all 3 players. Didn't earn himself that early Hellstorm.
He about to get another one, bro.
Path to another one.
That's crazy.
Coy get the round. 3 attacking rounds here on raid. None on the defensive side, and that's just because every time they go over towards B, they have not had an answer.
No.
I have to go 3-1 stack on the opposite side of the map.
I think so. The only issue is Super's still going to be able to bring the scope out if he wants to.
Yep.
And we've already seen what he can do with that. Do you set up your playbook around that, knowing that he's free, likely not to be contested? Sure seems that way. No. Knowing that he's free, likely not to be contested. Sure seems that way. No. Excellent drop. Just trying to slide the money. Not going to happen, and Super's even found a little shoulder there on the inside, looking to see if there's going to be a double pump up top, but no, not the case, and all of Miami are focused on it.
You keep taking chances, and he keeps on making you pay for it. So now the man advantage, you have information that they're stacked towards the backside of Laundry, so let's go for the push out, but they are prepared for this play. Real and Insight already fine too, and now Miami now man down.
Well, the timing, Rencor was trying to get up top of the window, and oh my goodness.
4-4.
That little back off for Toronto. The time
might have been collapse.
with the route up through water stairs. Miami's making the call of hit Laundry now. No one for Toronto is there.
It's because that setup from McCoy is just unreadable. Like the first guy that's baiting, switching on the backside of that wall in the box. He's just stalling time for Real to eventually strike. He was in a very close corner on the backside of Laundry. So once Insight gets that first kill, Miami thinking, all right, 3v3, we should instantly get the trade. Just unaware of the positioning there out of Real. Keeps the man advantage up on Toronto's side. So they finally get their first defense. And they're stopping the bleeding slowly but surely. Tie game.
That's unreal considering they've only had one first blood for Toronto. Insight's 11-6. Trophy systems down. Hard AR focus, just spamming out the windows here at SIG, but Joe has the cutoff. Miami cannot confirm the damage that had been dealt. Heretics also comes through nicely for Joe, now on 3 in a row, and Toronto have the numbers 3v2.
You already have Real taking a lot of space over towards B, so look what it's doing to Insight. It's just wrap it, get it down, potentially over towards basketball. Because Joe DeCeves has so many angles he has to focus on. Just got to get it down.
And this post plant will set up over towards money window and the cutout side of the map here for Toronto. Super nearby, cleaning out Laundry. Rencor trying to find something through the middle of the map. Joe's seen him though, and those are clean shots for Joe DeCeves. Last one to find would be
round.
He's been pretty unkillable though. But here at Toronto, just gonna full out burst forward, deal with it, and somehow, some way in the face of all
Toronto fell back.
Yeah, Coy right there just set the trap. That's all it was a bait and switch through the middle of the map. You're peeking at mid-zig just to get the information, but it's Joe DeCeves who takes space through pillars. Finds the first blood, Semtex and bullets leads to the second. And then with all that mid-map control, Real was clearing out towards B. You get the post plant over towards B ball. Joe spots another one through the middle of the map. And now you blink. What is that? 3 rounds in a row for Coy?
Yeah, I think
Game
so.
point.
It's been these mid-round adaptations for Toronto. So quick to make the right calls. Trade things back.
Triple positive. This is what Super does. You just gotta think Miami gotta get this one. Give them a chance to win this game.
And Miami
this
are gonna
match.
just take a beat and just see if they can get a read on the defense moving around the map.
Yeah, they're just relying now on Metals. Clearing space over towards Laundry. Not a single player in sight for Coy. So the longer you wait to potentially get this objective down, the better it is for them. They haven't budged yet on their setup.
No, but this post plant, if Trakes can just get over and plant, is all going to be about playing backside ring here. You've got Rencor watching from garage. Metals is playing contact at Laundry. And it's all about Super and Trakes playing this over ring.
Bomb's going to be planted for the mid-map. 4v4 opportunity for both teams. We're going to waste some time to hit some of these long routes. And Real, you better check your right spots as Rencor is calm and waiting in the spawn.
And he doesn't need to make any sort of a move until there's contact towards A, which it looks like it's about to be on the way. Numbers here for Toronto. Like big focus, just trying to make sure they can work out Laundry. Trakes on the cross to find the first. That alerts Metals that he needs the peak, but maybe a bit too soon. Super, though, wins one more in the flank. Rencor on the long route back over to pillars. Numbers advantage for Miami. Time ticking against Toronto. Insight trying to get close to the bomb. Not going to be able to. We're going round 11.
And that's just too much respect given right there out of Coy. So just wait for the play to come to them. No one in the position to spot the bomb plant off the exit. Make sure that they don't have back Laundry or the camp in the back of the spawn. Just time gets away from you and you're forced to bullet your way through the backside of Laundry. Metals almost gave you a chance because he just peeks for no reason, turns it into a 3v3. Just every other player on the side of Miami unaccounted for. Win their one-on-ones. And now force round 11.
It's time. Biggest stage.
I want to look at a statistic right now. It doesn't seem like they matter. Does not seem like they've mattered. It's going to be Toronto on the attack. Miami going with a pretty standard setup.
Damn, Kleenex 2 and 10, Real 2 and 8.
Super would have a scope. Not the case now. He's just playing the jump up, the catch contact, and tally intel. Toronto have not given them much to see though, and the first 30 seconds goes by pretty calmly.
Neither team wants to make a mistake in this moment. Very crucial map for both lineups. Gaining some information if you are Koi. They have somewhat of a setup on the backside of Laundry. And on the opposite side of the map, Real still hasn't spotted anyone towards B, so yeah, got to use what you got.
Yeah, Super's taking shots towards Real, but they don't know where Rencor's positioned. So a lot of question marks here for Toronto. Sense of urgency now in play with 40 seconds, and they're going to try to win the middle of the map and make a decision.
Just try to plant this 4-mid map. You cannot allow this to be the case if you are Miami, because not a single player in a position to stop this. And there's so many angles you have to check once this bomb goes down. 45 to go.
That smoke doesn't really get to where it needs to go, though. Defensive one will allow Metals to get in towards Ring. All this battle happening at Pool is very critical. Rencor in some trouble, but does he get to read that two players are here? If so, yeah, you're going to get Miami playing forward. Can you find the kills? Insight low, but somehow still alive. Super able to find first blood. Time becoming an issue. 22 seconds on the clock. Super
Who dead?
Rencor finding
Miami.
Use the clock as his biggest ally. Through the window, he finds the first, trying to turn.
They pulled up on us.
Miami,
Miami get the win. Needed it. Trace and Super. Those are the ones. Hey, chill out, bro. Too big to be jumping around like that, bro.
They just didn't initiate the play there. Like, once you get the bomb down, you know it's on the opposite side of the map. We have 3 players around water steps.
Yeah.
Redcore shooting, we need to isolate that gunfight. Just you play it patient. Redcore is gaining all this information that there's multiple players on this side of the map while his teammates are already taking space over towards Ring. Just Koi not in the best post-plant setup at all, and Miami capitalize on it to tie the series up.
11-7 to 16 and fucking 4 for Super, bro. This is a superstar shit he does on fucking Search and Destroy. That's why it's on Hardpoint. You can be negative because we know what you're gonna do on Search. You're gonna fucking carry. Yeah, 2-11 and 2-9 for Real and Kleenex. Yeah. Back to the drawing board for Koi on this fucking S&D, man. Cause what the fuck was that? I don't know. All right, we got some overload.
With the series.
Exposure.
So SMGs need to be on point and ARs need to hold down lanes, but I think if you're Miami, we need to be a lot faster on this map. Because that pillow talk that versus Vancouver was atrocious.
That pillow talk is crazy.
Pillow talk
it
is
really
crazy.
It was sweet whispers at one another. And I feel like a lot of teams that struggle on this map have a hard time getting the spawn manipulation going. They're looking for the perfect set of circumstances before they make a play. Miami has fallen victim to that. Can they step up here and possibly take an edge in this series? We expect this battle over mid to last for a while, so buckle up. We'll be here for a minute.
Hey, you're just taking your time. Needing the kill feed to go in your favor. So far, it's been split down the middle. 2-2.
Oh,
now Super taking space.
That was a crazy jump. Oh, Super doesn't get that.
Versus Joe, we're still having a mid-map standoff.
Yikes. We've seen some insane turn-ons. That one may have taken the cake. Trakes on 2, make it 3 in a row. And they want to bully out the last couple of Toronto players. Now, oh, the pistol doesn't quite finish the job, but Super has the last lap. And Miami have a chance to control mid, but they're waiting on one more wave of kills. They do get the pull from Rencor, but they lose Super forward.
All right, now they lose their lead blocker. So you're going to waste time off the rotation. Wait for people to get in front of you. So now it's going to fall into the hands of Metals. Trakes holding up the mid-map, does find the initial kill. And now you can overwhelm your way with Trakes finding a double. That's 3 dead. This might be a score.
They get the pinch safe, but Rencor tries to go forward by himself. They do find the first elimination.
Get it, grab it.
Sieves, not quite able to lock things down, and it's Super for the opening score, plus exit kills. Hold on, we can relay this with Rencor coming off spawn.
Oh yeah, Rencor already in the position. You just need your
Whoa,
to keep
Trakes.
finding their kills, but You lose the 2 initial fights, so Super and Rancor gotta slow down. Gotta take
my gosh, 3.
space in the ARs, get it done. 3 dead in the
Got that ball.
mid-cut, you get the trade, let's go.
Yeah, and you got the spawns all the way down towards the A goal. Super just lighting them up, bouncing between the generators, and he's got Rancor.
Damn!
5 in a row for Super, 2 scores quickly for the Heretics.
And now you need to have this bounce back if you are Koi.
Oh no!
Because the same exact thing you did yesterday versus Gentlemates, you're looking to have that response.
Joe gets 2 though.
Quickly down 0-2. Off the 3rd reset, you just don't have players in the position to instantly play for this objective, so you're just waiting for Real on this pitch.
Jesus.
Joe is just not losing these tight 1v1 gunfights right now, but someone else from Toronto needs to have some special moments as Toronto make their way across the middle of the map. CleanX finding kills. Rancor trying to battle back and hold them off, but now called upon to make a play. Not going to work out.
Toronto got out of there.
With control up top and over the top of the EMP.
Yeah, now Miami on the back foot. Forced to iron up, clutch up in some fights. Super starts off with the first. Not a single player from Koi has retrieved the EMP, so now
oh my god.
getting loose. Metals
They got 2.
lines up a double. But that push already gets shut down from Koi. Hellstorm are in the back pocket of Super. And even though Miami are on the back foot, no need to worry now.
Drake's trying to clear out ring. Does well to set up Metals for 2. Toronto still just playing a little bit of defense, a little bit of keep away over the top of the EMP. Joe seen up top. Wow, dude, Joe is just not losing gunfights. Stun will land. Joe eventually falls, and Miami's numbers now looking to make a possession play.
You got 2 dead in your favor. You also find the 3rd.
Whoa, Rancor.
But the bullets don't connect on the CleanX. Now potentially a bad time or a good time to keep the EMP safe as 3 go down. Koi cannot recover it with their numbers. But no one drops it, and that can go forward.
Yeah, you sure can. And you would have
He ain't getting nothing off that.
Just kind of playing shoulders. CleanX is able to give you 2. Wait for the trade on direct.
Last one. There you go. That's the score.
No nades over the top land. Insight, a little labor to get to the goal, but eventually able to get Toronto on the board.
Yeah, Miami, they wish they kept that Hellstorm if that's what was going to be the turnout there. But you're still up by 1. Your lead blocker now in Super. Trying to work on this deep pinch. You just need your teammates to clutch up on fights, and they are finding every single one of them. Now Super can display spawn kills. Let's aggressively push towards the pistol guy.
That'll be enough for Reclamation to come through. Real behind the play. Catches 1 for free. Information on where this is moving towards. Pistol out, but you do have Rancor at least getting some safety. Trying to turn back around to the play as Real's on 4. CleanX Joe able to find the cleanup, and now an opportunity for a retake as they make their way over to A.
They just go straight forward. Right into the preamps of the Miami players, and now you got a pinch there from Trace. Push gets shut down. Map control in favor of Miami. Inside looking to make up for it. Lines up a double. Alleviates the pressure through the middle of the map. Teammates are now here.
Yeah, Joe can help make sure that this corner stays safe. Insight now off the regen. Able to help clean up as the team shots are perfect. Mid-map though, Real shut down. EMP resets, and Miami have the kills as they try to make their way back forward with 30 seconds and a half.
Yeah, now Joe just needs to finesse for as long as he possibly can. Gets 1, tries to get out with his life. Almost ready for the second gunfight. Just not enough HP for the engagement. Now with only 20 seconds to go, Koi looking to tie the game up. Real even whips out an extra AR, and that's
Jesus.
The key fight was mid-connector. Inside, the guy was going to recover the EMP. He loses that. Metals finds 2. All play pushed away.
7 seconds. No one really close to picking up the
test shoulders.
Unless CleanX can get there first. And just as he picks it up, he's taken down. One last dash. No one gets there. Will exit the half 2-1.
Yeah, and it was a quick 2 scores from Miami, and a lot of that was just due to the openings they were able to find. Trax is popping multi.
They ain't getting nothing after that though. None like even close.
Down, Koi start taking the map control away from him, and then their SMG start get going. At least put 1 on the board. But it definitely got out of hand.
Yeah,
Miami gave themselves a lot of opportunities to run the score up even more, but Koi just had that ice, that clutch gene to win that 1 key gunfight to slow down the play every time.
And it just felt like so many bailout moments early for Toronto, even kept the score just at 2.
Yep.
Like you mentioned, it looked like Miami were really starting to get away with moving spawns how they wanted to, the quick relay opening. But yeah, Joe had a couple of great moments to battle back, keep mid-map in favor of Toronto, and mitigate some of the early damage that had been dealt. So 2-1, we swap the sides. Real will carry a 3 spree into this second half. And like we saw in the opening, expect this to be a pretty labored battle over the top of this mid-EMP location.
Yeah, just a tug of war. Don't want to scam. We want to be the team winning the gunfights. But Meadows does get caught. Jonas already finds the second kill. Just need to locate these final couple of guys. That's 3 dead. Last guy top window. Someone retrieve the EMP because you already have your lead blocker. Joe clearing out A.
Yeah, Joe was able to find his eliminations, but Rencor saves the play at mid, so things will reset. Gunfight for Kleenex goes his way. Toronto now with numbers over the middle of the map, but they lose that forward member into Joe. Meanwhile, take a look at the route here from Super, way away from this battle. And if he can find a couple of spawn kills and his teammates can clean things up from the front, maybe there's a chance. But Joe gets the read, shuts it down, and Toronto now have numbers.
Yeah, now Toronto can recover the EMP because look at how far Real got pushed up. Lee is ready to go. Can he get another one? He does not, but you give the information to your teammates. Now Insight watching the cross. That's going to be a freebie, and this is going to be a tie game because not a single player from Miami in a position to stop him, and the movement good enough. 2-2.
Just barely able to slide under the Toronto.
I'm kind of trapped right now.
Defense trying to make their way in to respond with
kind of trapped right now.
Tank side. Real gets you one. Opportunity
exactly what you did Toronto last time.
But Insight's trying to clear out.
That was reverse.
Trying to flush out this player at panels. Metal's in some big trouble. He will drop, but Miami at least able to win the gunfight at mid to keep the pinch safe.
Yeah, but you don't want to be that first initiator to try to fight that fight if you are Trakes. Because now they know there's no one on the pinch. Everybody else is in front of us. We have the numbers advantage. We are just looking for one more kill before we strike it. It's Real from the top ropes. He finds a double. This is where you start to go forward if you are Koi, but now the last man standing is Insight. He needs one gunfight to get this one in.
Nah, not going to be able to find Rencor just anchored up on the boxes. Trakes through mid. Big gunfight here. Cannot win it versus Joe. So EMP in the hands of the Heretics, but they have to take a moment of pause here and wait for a play to develop. They may have just gotten one. Super clears outside towards ring. Metal's going down low. If Super can find a gunfight or two, should be a free score, but he doesn't necessarily cut off the cross. EMP down. Gunfight's going the way of Toronto. Trakes able to pick it up, but he can't quite score.
That shit.
Save, and you're able to clear. Rencor on the back has nothing, and Toronto saves.
Super fine too. It's just too many players from Toronto and way too many cuts to watch. Another goal line stop there for Koi. EMP in their possession, your lead blocker clearing out space over towards B, but Kleenex doesn't find that.
Look at Insight, bro, getting left behind by his teammates in the kill column.
Opportunity, looking for the opening kill. And Kleenex is the aggressor trying to set it.
Oh, they do find one though. Bettles gives away his life towards A. Toronto making their way up the middle of the map. Real gives you one more. Shut down for Rencor and Super, but Joe with a pistol out, can't quite touch. Maybe one last chance for Insight if he can win the gunfight. He's just diving for the score and will not be able to get there. 150 on the clock, Miami in possession.
Yeah, Cole just waiting for those pitches to develop over through the backside of Platt, but once they only get one kill and nothing else, Miami had the goal line stop in their back pocket. 1 minute and 40 to go. 2 kills in their favor. Lead blocker and Super sitting at top solar. Needs this one-on-one and he finds it. Let's go B.
Wants more, able to find some damage.
Gotta slow down.
Taking a moment of the nade for Rencor lands, plus he's able to win the gunfight. Late score for Miami. Insight gives you 2
minutes 22 left.
Plus off spawn. Toronto will give
Whoa, that's a crazy gunfight.
Misses an opportunity.
Bro's going back and forth between the ladder.
Yeah, but thankfully Super wins one gunfight. Still going to be a 3v3 around that EMP, but Joe strikes for 2. Now the last man standing gets shot in the back because Trakes are still the last man alive. So he slows down that play. And now Koi forced to hit the reset.
Here we go. You've got Joe and Insight playing forward. Here comes Real. No damage off the opening nade, but Rencor perfect shots. Joe has the result with the pistol. Can't find the win. Insight, Kleenex trying to find a way to recover before the EMP resets. Super off the top rope with Trakes. Saves the day again. 40 seconds.
Toronto, you're crazy.
Basically now, if you are Miami, yeah, let's just get that the hell out of here. We don't want that reset to go down with Koi having that control of the map. So play keep away for as long as you can, but Super, he's the only one on the backside here. Everyone trying to watch across. Koi needs stuns and nades to connect to find an opening.
Joe will fall on the cross. 23 seconds. Insight off and trying to find a way through A. The rest of Toronto trying to isolate. Nade cooked up from Kleenex. There's no trophy system back here. The damage comes through, but trades are even. Last 9 seconds. If it's going to be a play, it's got to be through Joe, but Miami's fully prepared, and yep, just hold them in the back of the map. Miami's going to take map number 3 in a nail-biter.
A back and forth overload. A quick start there from the Heretics. Quickly go up 2-0. Koi bounce back. That final score there to just have that goal line stop at that B point. for kills to go your way, and then your lead blocker to be behind your EMP carrier. The only way you get that is if Redcore finds that nade kill. Finds 2 over the top, you go up 3-2. So many goal line stops and then just not wasting any more time. Not going to give them an opportunity.
Wow.
Parking the bus.
Miami with 2-1, bruh. Toronto about to go home? Question mark?
Margin win by 1.
This man Insight getting left behind, man.
That wasn't even parking the bus.
Overload, you need kills, bro. This guy's not delivering. Jesus. Well, there's always hard point. Alright, it's time for that Colossus hard point.
Storyline though, as that's Black Ops 7 in a nutshell so far. So what are we gonna get here? Who's gonna have that early edge? We saw map number 1, it was purely based off of who won rotation, won the majority of time at the hill, and like we saw, ended up winning the map largely because of it. For Koi, like we mentioned, this has not been a great map for them. 1 and 3, bad average loss margin, a lot of it because they were on the 100-point club by FaZe Vegas. Can they find a way to extend this series and get us to map 5? Here we go with Colossus.
Yeah, Koya starting off on the better
Gotta
side.
find a way.
Just needs some stuns and nades and early stats control to go your way.
Ooh.
You find trades already if you are Miami. 2-2 down the middle, and now it's a 1v1 for the statue control, and Jodeci is able to win it. So you have the positioning that you want, just got to get someone in the HP.
Joe off 3-0 start, has Kleenex set up. He does have that extra SMG in hand for now. Over the top, Redcore shuts it down. Koi the hard point for now, but Heretics with numbers and now starting to work on that map positioning. Making their way over towards P2, 20 seconds left, but every elimination going the way of the Heretics.
Yeah, now there's 2 players, make it 3 players for Koi, spawning all the way in Africa at yellow. Now it's going to fall into the hands of Insight. How long can you try to maintain this side of the map for your team?
First time playing Colossus hardpoint? That's crazy.
But his teammates aren't making his job even easier because they're not finding kills to get even nearly close to him. And now Trake's aware.
And now the Spidey sense is tingling, saying we haven't seen Insight in a while. Now they find him. Couple of tags out of Riel as Trake's turned back, ready for the fight. Over the top of where the spawns are located. Super surprise from side door. Toronto just burst their way in. Brief kills will come through, leaving Raincore by himself. Caught on the reload. Able to at least get a couple of tags in, but Toronto will get the flip.
Yeah, the setup wasn't the best right there for Miami. There's no way Koi should just walk right through side door uncontested. Win a couple of those fights, now flip you all the way across the map. Miami struggle on breaking, and P2 is very difficult to break when you're just trying to funnel your way through the front door, but here comes Drake through side door. He finds a double. This should lead to one for Miami.
Next, though, trying to give himself some space. Nade into the hard point, inside on the cross. Nice shots, damage will account for another elimination. Still spawning close were Joe and Kleenex, but Insight might just do it all himself. Back into the hill with 10 seconds. The pre-fire works out for another kill. He's on 4, looking for potentially early streaks, but shut down as Miami will have rotation over to 3.
Yeah, they got rotation.
Miami's gonna get early
every single
time.
Off the rotation, so uncontested for the first 10 seconds here at P3. You can allow now Metals to get aggressive up through crate. Hard blocking backside yellow. You're forcing Toronto to either funnel through blue side.
Oh shit, caught that.
And that opening nade from Jodeci now gives them the numbers and the pressure.
Little flub there from Trakes, trying to get the motion down towards tunnel. Still able to find one, but that's not enough to stop Toronto from getting into the hill. Miami with numbers from the front, also getting some connections with their nades. Trying to battle back, but Metals, he gets the opening too. Insight left alone, and he takes the gunfight. He will drop, and Miami have the quick flip.
Yep. Quickly go 3 dead again. Miami a successful break here on Colossus for a good chunk of time at that. Just no one aware of their pinch, and as soon as 3 spawns up, you get the combat. At that point, it is too late. Koi clean up house at that old HP, and now have rotation in their back pocket for next.
This is going to be a bang-out Nixie battle time, man. I'll tell you that.
That's all it's been so far.
From the front, able to make up for it. So now it's about trying to win over the spawns. Good gunfight win for right.
No one's locking down like a
Toronto now trying to force
point.
This overextension play. Redcore in position for it. Wanted the last, but it's going to have to result to Super. Holding and locking down spawns. Toronto now trying to form up from the front.
Yeah, and Joe just needs to keep on finessing from the back lines, and his teammates are finding openings through the front.
Oh.
Finds one on the backside. So you're going to overwhelm them with pressure. Spawn everyone across the map. Only one you don't find is going to be Super. But he pops a double, and Miami can have a chance here.
So much for all those break percentage stats you're talking about.
Colossus.
10 and 7 from Trakes. He gets 2 as Miami somehow find themselves back into the hard point with 20 to fight.
This is just a bang out, man.
Trying to battle back in with one last hit from the front. Rencore down and safe, pops up. Insight too far away to really contest, and it will be a lead for Miami as we go to New.
Yeah, a 30-point lead as we end our first sets of hard points for the Heretics. More efficient off the rotations, better on their holds. Now Koi spawning on the back foot of that old HP, but they're finding the kills off of the exit. Win the rotation technically over towards P1, and now the aggressors trying to flip them behind.
Nice kills coming out. Cledex trying for one more, but pushed aside. Hardpoint open for now. Toronto with a chance to surround and get some time to get this thing back to level.
Damn.
Trying to open up space through tunnel. The rest of Miami taking a route around the P2 side of that, but Insight has gotten a read on this. He's just in a little bit of trouble, so needs the help. Not going to get it initially. Joe trying to follow up. Nice shot to find two, and all the meanwhile, Phoenix is still inside the hill.
Yeah, the dirty pinches keep on costing Miami. No one reading for someone to push through the HB, flank us at statue. But we had the numbers, and now spawns flip. Toronto been uncontested for
like everybody's P4, bro.
Driver's seat now to try to chain this over towards the P2. They are dominating the statue control as Kleenex lines up a double. All four dead again. Joe sees
look at that comeback, bro. They was just down 30. Got like 40 seconds on this P1.
Scrimmage starts to be developed here for Toronto, but Metals, he catches one over towards the overextension, not the second. The nade over the middle also not creating enough space for Miami to work with. So Toronto will open up P2 to their name. Insight keeping the extension safe. But now here comes the hit from the front. Scrambling back our Toronto to try to assist. And Real's already dropped. Chance for Miami to hit this from the front.
And these rank coordinates are so impactful. Finds the opening kill. Now you have the numbers to flood your way through the gates. But
team kill rolls through.
Instantly takes that away, so Koi hold on to the first push. Still 30 seconds to go, and Miami haven't scored a point in quite some time.
Yeah, but now they have numbers, leaving Real by himself.
It was like 95 to 66 or some shit.
Trigger will find himself a second. Turns, almost finds three. Joe coming off the respawn. The rest of Koi are here, and they will clean up the final hit from the Heretics. 15 seconds of scrap time, looking good, and Joe will make sure of that.
Yeah, now we got to cut our losses, man. Just too bad. Kleenex is thinking the same exact thing. Wins the initial fight. You still have one over towards statue, so instant 4v2. Make it a 4v1. We just got to take care of Super, who's been Mr. Multi-kill in a bunch of clutch situations.
Oh my god.
And now Joe Deceives finds that break.
Can hold down this tunnel position.
Superstar doing superstar things.
Trying to be bullied out. Stun lands, but does not matter.
Man, that's bully
Joe
shit.
Back to full health. 3 in a row. Trying to play off the corner. Free fire comes through. Able to find himself another.
This was on a 4 spree, bro. Just reload. Yeah, there we go. I don't want to just jump on and contest. Nah, Insight's the only one here. There you go. There's the break. There's the break. Bro jumped over him. P4 about to be big for Miami. They are holding this, bro. It's like second set, people started getting holds, bro. Started playing this shit right. Playing more traditional.
Huge hold for Miami. Now in the lead by about 10 points. We get to our third set. And honestly, this just feels of who wants it more, Joe or Red Core. They're both taking over.
Yeah, it's just a back and
yeah, literally.
An 11-point difference.
Lead, same as that style line.
Have lit up the kill feed at the right time. Looking for another lead change. Joe picking up the OE, wins his one-on-one. You find the second in towards the HB. Now you know Miami, the only way you get a break on this hard point is through statue. So Kleenex needs to value his life, but this is why you have your teammates
Super good still.
alleviate that pressure, but Super lines up a double. Here come Miami.
Everybody falling. Everybody fell. Miami all alive. Banging it though. Toronto.
Trake, Super dancing with one another as they're able to clean things up and get themselves into a dead tie game. Last opportunity here with 15 seconds. Looks like Toronto are going to give it away and try to play the setup. But Redcore, a key opener, and now Super's got some clearance, but it's all shut down by Koi.
It's 2v4
This is big.
so far.
This is big. Trying to get them on.
So a massive moment there for Koi to keep the map in their favor. Win the rotation over towards P2. Miami couldn't find a break last go-around because they tried to flood the front. Now everyone working the OE.
But Redcore falls off the map, makes life a little bit easier for Kleenex.
Kleenex, good shit.
You got Joe creating space.
I'm trying to see game 5, bro. Shit on Miami though.
Trying to hit this for multiple points of interest, but this is taking
Joe gotta say, hey, no one's on my side. They gotta be either mid or going out around. And Joe gets nothing. Oh my god.
But you're still making something out of nothing. Weak players all around. Spawns now flipping.
Yep.
Miami will have one man standing. Koi right back in.
20 seconds on the clock to fight for here. Toronto getting a little bit of space to work with his Trake.
Speed 3 could be interesting. Miami held it for the most part last time. Kleenex trying to make sure they get it. Trying to win rotation. Real here gets caught. Inside cleans them out.
It's going to come down to a 1v1 over top of P3, but Inside has to wait.
Yeah, Miami have tunnel control. He's not going to be able to read that.
Ready spawns. Yeah, these spawns,
You should
man.
instantly be aware if you are the Heretics, they're going to be all over yellow. So choose your
That's crazy. The wrap.
Get right past this guy at
Wait, how did I get hit?
This might be the break.
Thought you was watching.
Very well made. Trake's
That's what he's saying.
Super trying to join him. Nades coming on the way in. Super takes
My guys, this is big. This is big.
Here come the rest of Miami. 233 to 203. Heretics with the numbers. They find themselves back into the time.
So far holding, finding every kill that they need to. 30 seconds still counting.
They can get 240 max.
Now you got pitches in developing from the rookie. He doesn't find a kill though, so now Toronto have the numbers. Gotta go.
Super from the front, able to find one. Kleenex. No, not quite able to find all three. Redcore staying safe. Not able to deal with Joe Deceives. 235, 214.
Oh my god.
From Joe. Gives himself space
Joe.
to work with. Opportunity here
Playing like a fucking superstar.
over the finish line by heading to new, and they're finding the kills over the top of the old time.
Can they? They didn't touch it. They didn't touch it. They didn't touch it. That man Joe was shooting his fucking gun. Game 5. Come on. Nah, this shit crazy. This is what it's about. That's how you fucking do it. That's what the fuck you do. It's time to hoop.
And honestly, it looks like at a certain moment their Super is like way out of the play through tunnel. He somehow keeps the hard point contested and neutral to give Miami another chance, but it really has been Joe Deceives just willing this Toronto team forward. What a story that
it's the real Joe Shiesty.
In this overall series.
Give him his fucking mask. He gonna deliver.
What's going to be just an absolute square up in map 5.
Oh man, Den search and destroy. It's gonna
be crazy. Yo, Joe and Kleenex 37 and 34. Rencore with 36 himself. Like, yo, they were shooting their fucking guns. Real kind of got left. He was under 20. Everybody else in the map was over 25, bro. Interesting. Interesting. Going into map 5 now. Den search and destroy for all the marbles. Loser goes home, bro. Winner advances in the loser's bracket. All right, game 5. Let's get it.
This map for both squads. A lot of reps they look at.
For all the marbles. Yo, this is what it's about. Top 12 is crazy for either of these teams.
Looking to see if they could get a feel out.
But that's how the cookie crumbles.
Drake is just trying to create a ton of noise at B, but this has been red. Real's able to see a couple members through the rooftops. The defense is scrambling early. Good counter nades coming through to slow it down.
And Miami should know. Real throws stuns and nades. That means no one's in a position to stop us. So how do we want to play this?
Reroute this shit.
Defense from Koi on this side of the map, and look what it does to Joe. He's thinking he's going to cut a lot of space away through mid-connector, but he's not aggressive. So Joe in a very good spot.
You can trust this position as a pivot point for Toronto. Trying to make his way back over to read B as insight, but he's so far away that Dojo is now a threat. Nades coming out. Really well placed by Rencore, gives him the opportunity to plant. And the post-plant setup is going to rely on what Miami sees here. So if they want to get Dojo, but it's not a guarantee.
And there's two players on both opposite teams hitting long routes. Super on one end, Joe on the other. The chaos is brewing over towards this B-point, but Super's impact will be felt. Joe, you got to strike.
Oh my God, Super shooting his gun.
Push out towards Dojo. Even if Joe finds this kill on the flank, even if he doesn't, it may not make a difference.
Jesus.
Fact, right up there. What does Toronto
We
have
get
in
right
store
to
of
it.
us? Seems like they want to try to do something similar, just on opposite sides of the map. Scope up for insight of the C1, but can't pull the trigger onto Trakes, who's able to stay alive and at least call out the sniper glint.
And Super, he was aggressive in towards 10 with his sniper, so you have no idea that he's still on this side of the map. Smoke, stuns, and nades, just in case Miami try to push through it. But nothing connects. You're just waiting to stall time now for Real to make that same pinch play. But Renkor's watching it.
Yeah, it's watching. I think that was a defensive smoke, too, just trying to put some pressure, saying, hey, we can retake through Dojo here. And they get first blood. Trakes able to find it onto Joe. They also take shots towards Real. Metals follows up.
We got numbers again. Man, Toronto's hard. I mean, Search needs to get figured out and fast.
Just trying to play for a pick and then deciding, do we save, especially now that Super is involved, but Insight does connect. Maybe a chance, but Miami are now looking for the full flood retake.
They have the man advantage, and time is ticking away. Koya just trying to disengage from this side of the map. Can they get to the A site in time before Miami gain that info? They've already gained it, and now Renkor on the route.
Renkor, timing.
Next can plant. Watching the small door cross his Insight. Miami going to try to hit this from terrace side, and they find the bomb planter. So now Insight is trying to keep his life. Miami on the hunt, and that is a huge perfect. More that time keeps ticking. It's easier for Miami to get a read on what you're doing. Real didn't really have the best map number 2. As the island player, your impact needs to be felt on these long routes. So far, can't get anything going. Miami up 2-0. And so far, 2 first bloods perfectly converted on by Miami. Setting the tone early. And keep in mind, Insight feeling a little bit more restrictive of if he's going to be able to pull out the scope. Miami once again showing pressure a different way, and Super lands onto Insight.
3-0, man.
A-site, especially now that Trakes gets a read that he's being hunted on the B side of the map.
Oh, he gets so much information. Is just now finessing his life. Corey thinking we had a chance to make it a 3v3.
What a call.
But now have to retreat. Trakes has that info.
They going Dojo.
And now you're just waiting. Wait for Trakes to be the initiator.
Yeah, crossfire set up on the post plant on A. Trakes behind the play, finding freebies. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful from Trakes. What a call. Wants to try to clean up.
Last one back spawn.
CleanX responds. Still, though, would have to be a 1v4. Even though he pushes Super off of his angle, this next step is the most difficult one, and there's just nowhere to go.
Way too clean of around there for Miami. So far,
Toronto, wake up.
Up 3-0. You found 3 first bloods. Only one person has fallen in this map, and that's Trakes with 2 deaths. Remember back in the day, I had an S&D map sort of like this. We gave up the kills in the final round for a clean 6-0, but Miami are playing flawless here on Game 5.
Every single read has been perfect. Every single response, talking about the defensive smoke, could cause some concern for Toronto. Perfect.
That fucking
again,
tissues.
Damn,
Metals.
Round 4 saying Toronto have to put something together for us to start turning the narrative around, because right now it's all in control of Miami.
It's crazy, man, because Toronto, before the break, were one of the top teams that we had in the game. Just been lackluster in every single mode, but Josh still not.
Hit marker.
Yo, you get a hit marker, not ideal for Super. But now you force Koi to hit the rotation and waste time.
You have to respect it. You just do. Miami going to voluntarily give away space at A. Trying to come back to the play to see if they can get any information. They're going to leave Trakes on the other side of the map, and it's a quick plant with no contact for Toronto. They're going to set up this post plant 4v4 on their terms.
The Metals is instantly here to at least find the exit kill.
What a shoulder.
First blood already down.
It's crazy shoulder. No damage on that. No. Check him out. 3-2.
And now Trakes is in the mix. You have the numbers.
Yep, just going to clear out the side door. Keep all these battles over to the rooftop. Off the map.
But just push them off.
Block you off the map. Last player, rooftop side is CleanX. He's stuck with really nowhere to go. And
bounce down him.
Another flawless round for Miami.
But it's someone getting out of the storm.
It's like
4-0.
we are just rotating into an open bomb site, but with no control of the actual site. Because when you plant it, you're forced to back out of the room. You can only watch an angle sort of from the side door, but you don't have any plat control. So
gotta make some moves before Major 2 starts.
I spot the guy on the bomb. I'll get the first kill and be the initiator. And as long
This
as we
is
keep
wild.
the numbers on our side, it's very easy of a retake for Miami. Again, adding another one to the tally in the first bloods and on the round count. 4-0 in both categories.
It just feels a little nervy from Toronto, like a no-contact plant onto A off that light ramp. Like, why not try to get some info first and try to get a little bit of contact before you commit? They are working with no information.
I feel like they have 3 players who like to play with a similar play style.
Hey!
Just trying to single-handedly take it into his own hands. Gets picked off. Hellstorm now reigning supreme for Miami. All information gained. It's a 2-1 split. Bomb should try to get himself down.
I thought he got him.
It does it. And now you still have the numbers here at B.
Just cross your T's, dot your I's. Let the Hellstorm fall, hit the smoke, make the plant, and Metals is behind the play. Plus, Raincore hits another nade, dude.
Yo, bro, they keep letting this dude, like, the Miami guys just get behind him, bro. What are you doing? You're getting fucking swept.
Toronto, like, you know you're going up against a Hellstorm. You have to try something, but Miami are prepared for it, and now it's 5-0 up.
Yeah, you can stay alive in Dojo if you want to, but you needed to try to initiate the play. You have yet to find a first blood on the map. You have yet to find any success on the map. Now you're 1 round away if you are Koi from potentially having your worst placing in CDL history.
I bet out the zoo.
And Miami, a team that struggled in search and destroy before they got here, they have been on point in the chemistry and teamwork.
Yeah. 5 first bloods. It's been perfect. Oh, and Miami's going to hit him with a curveball. Oh, mercy. What a call this is. Super will watch your outer. Everyone else going to go on the inside. Finally, Toronto come away with the gunfight win. So,
oh, shit, they got fucking lit.
Gets hit out of the park here for Toronto.
1v3 for Super. Just don't give him a freebie. Know that Real still nearby, but
got behind him. There you go. They didn't get swept.
With the aggression, able to stop the bleeding there. Even though it's complete blind count on the side of Miami, you just gun them to shreds to put your first one on the board. Now we're on the path. We open the window for a potential full sell.
Yeah. The thing about this for Miami, though, is like being up this massively.
Take risk.
You could it'll launch your playbook like crazy.
Yeah. You got nothing to lose now.
That's one of those you sit in the comments like, you guys just want to 4-hit roofs?
Sure.
Why not?
We got time. We got rounds to throw away if we want to.
But Toronto at least sees something over the finish line. They get a first blood, they convert around. But we got a long way to go, especially from the defensive side. Insight will be by himself as Miami just go back to another setup of let's just full 4-man hit something.
And they get the info quickly onto Insight. Not going to waste any time on this objective. And Koi need to be a lot quicker on this pinch. 45 seconds to go. Need the retake to stay alive.
Little stun check from Raincore that doesn't actually land where it's intended to go. So now he's got to do this the old-fashioned way. And there's the double.
Scene 2. Nope, it's 2 behind us.
Numbers, yep, over to Dojo side. Just make sure no
one
one
mid.
Across, take Dojo, set up your post plant there. Really good smoke again to slow down Toronto. Defensive nades on this post plant now starting to come through.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. 4-2. Toronto with 2.
Only gets 1. Just down to Super. 14 seconds on the clock.
His last sniper, right?
Finds the first. Joe still holding and will just get it over the finish line as Super tallies another. 2 in a row though for Toronto.
Ooh, you lucky he didn't have an angle there.
I'll say.
Shout out to that white box because Super potentially could have lined up a collat and closed out the game in Super fashion in the clutch. But Koi is a lot more aggressive on the map. Peaks at the right time and just chooses the wrong fight. And Joe's like, thank God I got that one off.
5-2.
Player cam was.
See that fucking light, bro. It's over.
Toronto going to give us something new here. A little bit look up towards mid. Same idea for Miami. Super likely with the scope out as all 3 Heretics members hit the rooftops and Kleenex is.
I think you only might have seen 2. Got the third one right there.
Clear space for this play through mid. Should be a quick plant here at B. Just now to King Kleenex stay alive, and yes, he just gets out of dodge.
Yeah, he's got to get out. And now the map completely flips on its head. Trying to hold the post plant from Dojo is ideal. And Real has the pinch covered. It's all about stalling out the game clock, and Miami are wasting a lot of time.
Yeah, you can see though Toronto are not guaranteed with confidence that there's no one on the long flank. So there's an opportunity here for Miami to try to run their way through. There's also a trophy system for Clinics, but he doesn't place it. So now there's a smoke here for Miami to work off of. Joe in the corner still staying alive and healthy. Able to find one.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Toronto are starting to put them together.
Okay, I know we said earlier you could throw away some of these rounds, but for committing
5-0. Come back. Chill, bro. Ain't no way, right? Right?
And Coy, the post plan set up the stack over towards Dojo. They take care. Super don't know if he's going to have the boomstick for the rest of this game, but Coy
snipes out of it.
To come alive. 3 first bloods in a row lead to 3-round wins. And now we're in the swing round where now Miami are feeling the pressure.
A little bit. Pretty sure Joe is working on a pretty hefty streak in his own right. Yeah, he's on 5 with the Hellstorm. Okay, hold on a second. This will look familiar as Toronto will pull kind of a play out of Miami's book by taking the early rooftop play. Insight getting a little bit of information that there is some aggression at mid, and that's going to call for Coy to back off and try to reset the defense.
We see the way that Coy are playing this. Let's shut down this A site. Use the Hellstorm for information and shut down everything at B. And you're going to force Miami to be indoors. They just don't do anything active-wise, but you do find a kill, so man advantage for Coy.
Got that?
Can't plant yet either if you're Miami. You need to find an elimination. Or you are going to commit to it if you're Rencore.
They keep playing the bomb with its 4v4. They're down numbers now.
Same can be said for Super on the other side. Both players now under pressure. Metals gets
caught.
Away, but Kleenex has a chance to double down, and he will. Super.
They're choking. 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 They're choking.
To get a little nervous.
Yeah, buddy, this shit is right.
Pressure at its highest. You lose this, you go home top 12. We open up the door for a potential full sell. And Coy have rallied back to back to back to back rounds. All off of the first blood. 1 round away from forcing a round 11. Miami are feeling it now.
No extra tools for now.
Shut it down right here, Miami, please.
Toronto with their next offensive look. Continuing to use the middle of the map.
This might be the one where Miami can get it.
A little bit of a response coming through. Keep your eye, though, on Metals on this cross. They do get Real forward. Miami have to be careful of this. And Toronto going to back off and take their numbers to be.
Yeah, he just wants to make sure you keep your teammate alive in Rencore, just in case an SFC decides to jump up through the window. But now your back is exposed. They get the info. They get the first blood. Peyton switch potentially for the second. Trakes has to make a play.
Real needs to get one from this position. Tags are out. He's under pressure, though. No help nearby. 3v3. Drake still staying alive outside 10. Up and over. He's able to find himself one. Hold on a second.
3v2.
Miami now starting to overwhelm. Kleenex stuck in the corner. Looking for contact around the smoke. He's able to find Drake, but no. Drake with the kill. Just down to Insight. Finds himself 2. Can he get the 1v1? Get out of the corner. He can't get away. And Miami are able to find the final word in this series.
He couldn't get up.
And the rookie gets the last laugh. It was a Game 5 duel to start the season. Everyone was saying Real potentially should have stayed.
Jamie. Jamie. What the fuck? Get up.
And the guy is
okay, buddy.
to make plays. Miami ice up in the Game 5. They move on. And Coy, you're going home.
But y'all was so close.
But an unbelievable result.
Joe going home early.
At one point in time, you were to go back a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. They were looking that they might be the best team in the game. Lots of
they were like the 1 seed at the start of January.
Other standings leaders, Toronto was the last one standing, but then it's just been this constant slip. And this one hurts a lot, not just because it's a top 12 finish, but you lose out to this Miami team that has been fueling the fire.
3-8, 4-8 for Inside and Real, man.
Across social media, but a 5-0 edge.
This Inside guy,
even in the face of streaks, and honestly, it just
he's gonna face a lot of backlash, man. Super again with 7-3, bro. Only 3 deaths, man.
Feels like Super and Rencore showed up on land when they needed it most.
Yeah, that's a clutch.
Rencore and Super for sure. Nah, bro. Miami played great. No lie, they played well, bro. Like that shit scared me at the end because I'm like, oh shit, that momentum. No way they choked this 5-0. 5-0 is crazy. But hey, man, shout out, fucking Miami, man. Toronto, bro. I ain't like, there's no way they don't. They finished top 12. They have to make a switch, bro. Like Jamie's gone, bro. Like Kleenex, if he wants to go too, bro, you might have to just let him go too. If you want to fucking cry about his fucking friend leaving and shit, like, bro, this duo isn't a duo, bro. Real, we just gotta have somebody else other than Insight, bro. And I think Real can play better eventually, bro. Like you just gotta stick out with Real. I feel like it's not nothing to give up on Real right now. But damn, that's crazy. Wow, Toronto goes home real early, real fucking early. Joe's got to be pissed. I know I would be. I know everybody pissed on this team, but Joe especially.